In this video series, I've been talking about the bad habit that Christians have of taking Bible verses out of their context and claiming that they mean something that they don't really mean when you put them back in their context. Sometimes, sadly, even Bible teachers and authors are guilty of doing this very thing. One prominent example that comes to mind for me is Proverbs 23, verse 7, which in the King James Version goes like this: "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." Or, "For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he." This is a verse that is quoted often by teachers and speakers who are coming from a particular theological background. They are trying to teach you that your thought life dictates your life. That if you have positive thoughts, you'll have a positive life. And if you have negative thoughts, you'll have a negative life. And these teachers have a hard time finding any Bible verses that back up that claim because it's not something the Bible teaches. It's something that's taught more by the book The Secret, by New Thought, that kind of philosophical background. But they're trying to claim that Proverbs 23:7 supports their contention that your thoughts dictate your life. But what happens when you put Proverbs 23:7 back in its context? Let me read it first in the very confusing King James Version. This is what it says in Proverbs 23:6-8. "Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. The morsel which thou hast eaten shalt thou vomit up, and lose thy sweet words." Like I said, confusing. Let's put it back in its context in a more modern translation, the New International Version. Again, Proverbs 23:6-8. "Do not eat the food of a stingy man. Do not crave his delicacies. For he is the kind of man who is always thinking about the cost. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the little you have eaten and will have wasted your compliments." What is it saying when you put it back in its context? Is it claiming that your thought life dictates your life? No, not at all. Instead, you find that Proverbs 23:6-8 is telling you that if you're eating at the home of a stingy man, don't eat his food, even if he offers it to you, because he's not really offering it to you from a generous heart. He's being stingy with you, and he's thinking about the cost. That's it. That's what Proverbs 23:6-8 means. But these authors take the King James translation, pull verse 7 out of context, and claim that the Bible teaches that your thought life will dictate your life. The point is, you have to be careful, even with those who claim to be Bible teachers. If they're giving you a verse out of context, especially if it's from the King James Version, take your Bible out, put it back in its context, read it for yourself, and see, are they truly teaching you the Bible, or are they twisting it, taking it out of context, and trying to teach you their own thoughts, pretending that it's actually what the Bible is teaching? And sadly, sometimes you will find that these Bible teachers are not truly teaching the Bible. They're teaching you something they've made up on their own.